this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with your DM to Divine Feminine DF energy reading about what's happening with the current energies from him and what he is sending a message to. Very loud and clear with the Divine Masculine. Excuse me, my sinuses are like on fire, and I'm trying to deal with that. I took raw honey. It comes in, it comes out. I don't know if this is ascension or something's going on with the Divine Masculine or me sensitivity. I know with the heat, it's been cold here, and if I get cold to extreme air, that's it. But then we also have, I think about even with me and the sinuses. I used to go to the sinus specialist, and every time my nose would flare up like this, he would say, "Okay, who's bothering you now? Who's irritating you now?" And so I know it's a lot of things that I am concerned about too, here on this end in Chicago, what's going on. But it seems like in some ways it's kind of also affecting that. I want to show, but sometimes when I do this, it clicks off and then it acts up while I'm waiting for you all to kind of file in. I know I didn't get too much of a notice, but here we have this Friday. Please make sure that you join the Divine, the playground experience for this lovely young lady that's going to be here Friday talking about narcissism and also trauma and relationships. She was lovely enough that she sent me 2 books that I say run, don't walk, to go to her thing here. So we have here, she has The Target of Love, Surviving Narcissistic Abuse. This is by her. Her name is Angel S. Simmons. I'm trying to see where is her website that she has, because I'm sure she got a website that you can go to. It's www. I don't know if you can see it. www. I'll put it down there. Angelsimmons.com. Make sure that you go to her site and buy. She said that I was like, "Are you on Amazon?" She's like, "Yeah, I am on Amazon," but she said they ain't gonna get no autographed copy from me. Haha. So make sure you go to her website. Let me see if I can make it real quick. I hope I don't edit nobody out of here. Let me see. I can put this real quick. www.angelsimmons. She got A. She got a capital A. Let me put it right. Angel. I always want to call her Angela. Simmons.com. Okay, I hope I said this right. Let's see. Let me see it. Right. Angelsimmons.com. She's got this one again. Target of Love, Survivors Narcissistic Abuse. She's going to come Friday talking about this, especially with some of us prior to our divine meeting, our twins. We have been in narcissistic relationships, or we've also seen, even on the journey, some of us have said we have experienced narcissism even with our twin. So that'll be nice to be able to see how to deal with that. She's got some good tips on that. I was looking at a couple of her videos. And she's also got a 52-week devotional called Love's Great Design as well, overcoming the power and purpose of human relationship. So again, go over to Angel, as and her name's Angel S. Simmons as well. I'm gonna make sure she didn't have another S on here. Just want to say, yeah, Simmons. And go and get these 2 books. These are the things, and especially like I told her, when I in February, we're going to do the Sunshine Circle support group. These are going to be 2 mandated books that I'm going to have you all to read along with The Power of Now. Once I get that, I want to get that schedule together. So this is something again. So this young lady is going to come. She's been on Crane Business, a lot of Chicago. She's been featured on other news too as well. So make sure you come and see her. All right. Hey, unique model. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So let's get right on into it. Uh, okay. Okay, so now let's get right on into what's going on, what the DM is trying to say or wanting to say to the divine feminine. So when I pulled the cards first, I pre-shuffled kind of so I can be able to get the title and know exactly what we're going to talk about. Oh, let me get that off because that I am not her. You're like, what? Somebody, I need to read, and she's like, I don't do those. Where you get that from? Okay, so back to me. So again, pulling and pre-shuffling and taking out the cards as well. And I was like, okay, I want a conversation with the divine masculine, and I want him to speak and tell me what's actually going on. So right now with the divine masculine energies, and I was asking for divine truth because I was kind of seeing this um, reading almost going aligning with another reader, and I'll tell it afterwards what she was saying was going in. And I was like, no, I want divine truth. I don't want no aligning with anybody else's unless it just really is just like it's saying, yeah, this is what the divine masculines are saying. So okay. So first thing he said when I first seen it, I was like, oh my God, he's about to say he ain't cut out for this journey. So it says, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. And I was like, oh, what the hell? Where are we going with this? Next thing I pulled out the card, it says warning. And then it says, don't dismiss the red flags here. Okay. So as I'm sitting there and I was like, okay, what is this exactly? What is the divine masculine exactly trying to say? So the divine masculine was saying, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying like where I am currently in this relationship or in this situation that I'm in now, minus you, because I already said that yesterday when we did the connection, a lot of us is in pretty much separation. If you're on this channel and pretty much a lot of the stuff has been resonating, either you've been in communication is sketchy or you haven't been in communication with them. And again, there's been some separation. We ain't like two peas in the pod or Twix candy bar, okay? Because that came out yesterday about that. And so where we are in this said wait. So right now, here's the answer the divine masculine is saying. Right now, currently in this situation, he told me, he said, it's been a lot of stuff that ain't been going right with where I am. And I can't ignore it no more. Before I was like, I could just sweep it underneath the rug because I kept on hearing say, sweep around your own front door. Just keep on sweeping. Remember yesterday we see a lot of brooms sweeping things. It's like sweeping dust, letting the dust. I told you lying there for a long period of time, you ain't cleaned up. And then after a while, it's like, like we met the allergies. I'm starting to sneeze. I think I might have to start handling because now it's starting to bother my allergies. So I can't keep on just ignoring it any longer. So this is where it's at. It's a red flags that's been going on. And divine master said, no more ignoring this anymore. I got to actually handle this. Okay. But at the same time, he's saying, I don't know if I'm able to cut out for this. Am I really built for what I got to do? The next thing when I asked in the divine masculine's voice, talking to me, it was there. He said he's got to keep shit clean. Well, what it means by that, again, excuse me if those of you all are sensitive nature and don't like the cursing, but when I pick my cards there from the Rebel deck, that really lets me know it's coming from the divine masculine's voice, unfiltered. Okay. And so this is what he's saying. He says he's got to keep shit clean because, again, gross bathrooms and dirty floors suck. What it lets me know is, again, that's funny. I had a dream about a Virgo and the Virgo being in the washroom saying they didn't really want to. I was like, you don't want to talk to me? And they was like, no, I don't want to talk to you. Virgo friend of mine. And I was like, oh, okay. It's my stylist because she's Virgo. And so now I said, you don't want to talk to me? She's like, no, I don't want to talk to you. I said, I haven't done anything to you. So why you don't want to talk? And she was in the washroom, which lets me know that she was not finished eliminating some things. I don't know. It's something a spirit told me to say this to Virgo. So it's some things that you right now might need to keep a little silent on, Virgos, or if you got Virgo placements anywhere, because you're still eliminating some things. And I forgot to tell you, and Source told me, I told you to tell them this, those who are watching. And it's again, here's this bathroom back again here. Why? Because again, I always think of Virgos as being very perfectionist. Very much everything is very organized, very good business minds that they have. And this is letting me know that whatever it is taking care of business, it's time to clean up. You know, you were in there eliminating things and letting things, what they say, you don't eat where you shit, excuse my French. You don't eat where you know, you eliminate yourself. And this is what has been happening. It's like it's been a entanglement of a mixed up of understanding of what's the purpose of. I'm supposed to be getting fed here, maybe mentally, spiritually, physically, psychologically, all those things. But at the same time, you're eliminating its waste all the time. At the same time, that goes by my standard of saying you don't put sugar on top of garbage. You gotta get rid of them 16 hefty bags. You can keep on letting it pile up and put furniture on it and cover it up with a nice cover and put some flowers on top of it. But at the end of the day, the garbage is gonna stink and it's got to go. It's been enough of that layering that the divine masculine has been saying he's been doing. The floors is sticky, which lets me know they're gross, which lets me know the foundation of wherever he is at, he's even noticing that it's like I can't even walk on this. There's no foundation for me to even build upon this. So the next card that I pulled out was go solo. So he understands that it's time to maybe go solo dolo. Okay. And then understand that is that alone time is happier together equals happier together, which is really self-explanatory. When he pulls out of this situation to becoming the lone wolf that he needs to be, he need to be this in the first place. But a lot of them got into it because of financial issues, because it's like, again, like I said about this story about officer and the gentleman, he didn't say, I ain't got no place to go. He up there crying like Richard Gere roll in there and Lou Gossett Jr. saying, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave the military? He's like, no, I can't because I ain't got no place to go. And he didn't. He took everything that he had to come and join the military. And he had a rough childhood, a rough, yeah, I think maybe his father was alive, if I remember it, and as well. And that wasn't a good, thank you. And so that wasn't a good relationship right there either. And so the understanding that is that I've been hearing the thing. Are we coming home, divine masculines? So that has been a thing that he has to do, because the reason why the next card that follows it is that people are messy. But nose is about to again. So understanding that people are messy is because he's got to understand that the people that where he is right now, that's the red flags. It became real messy. The kids have been lovely. I'll say that nicely. It might be the kids that has been a problem for him. The person that he's actually with has been a problem for him. And let's take even the relationship part off the table. Let's say that you probably say he ain't got nobody. He just by himself. Well, the people on the job is messy. The people where he lives in the building is messy. His family is messy. Okay, so that means again, they all up in his business again. And you being divine, and if the divine feminine, as we know beforehand, is doing all of this growing and all of this spiritual growth, then that means that's causing for the divine masculine to do that. I'm picking up that the divine masculine, once upon a time, he understood that. And that was funny. I was listening to the Power Now, and it's talk about the prodigal son. Once upon a time, I'm seeing them showing me like pigs, like the prodigal son. He was finding himself eating with pigs, you know, the slop and everything like that, because he's figuring in some kind of way that this is about the best I can do. This is me. This is who I am now. This is what I've become now. I become one with them, and knowing that all along that he was divine, he was royalty, but that's where he came from. Once upon a time, the divine masculine was resonating on that frequency. That messy stuff is like, oh yeah, you got it. Okay, now push that my sleeve. Let me get with this divine masculine energies. Not just talk about the males, but the females. They be like, oh, I like this. Yeah, boo. What we doing? What's happening, sis? And they just swapping back and forth, gossiping, talking about people and cutting folks down. And they was like, oh, I like this. But it was a part of them all along to say, yeah, I kind of maybe digging a little bit too much into that person. Maybe, the family, this is cool with my sister, but after a while, it's like something ain't right. And now it's came to the point that it's like full blown. This ain't fun. Matter of fact, this is cruel. Why? going ripping into a person and ripping them a new one like this. Before then, we was tag teaming, like, yeah, it's your turn. Come on, divine masculine. Bam, my turn. All right, girlfriend, let me tell you about yourself. And that used to be the talk that you used to do. But right now, the divine masculine energies within the female or the male is saying, I can't partake in that. Maybe they were even going out dogging if they were males, dogging out females. And now they're like, nah, that's a queen now. I can't participate with my boys like that no more. Like, man, you ain't doing that. What's the matter with you? What's going on? You get soft on this or something? Or whatever on the job. He used to go in there and rip and take count for other people's projects and stuff. And so now that used to be the culture of the job. And it was like, beforehand they could do it. Like, okay, this send so-and-so in, send Mr. Johnson in. He gonna find real quick. Blah, blah, blah. That used to do his job. He used to do it without him batting the eye. Now they send the divine master and it's like, wait, hold on a second. This person been working here 25 years. I know this person. They got kids. This is COVID. Their mom just died from COVID. And you're going to fire them like that? Yeah, because usually when you go in there, baby, you chop them up, it's over with. This next person, we can make room. And they're like, now this divine master is coming. It's just like, no, I can't do that anymore. I've grown a heart. That doesn't suit me anymore. I can't do things like that. That karma come back to me. Or that come back to me in ways that I don't want it to. So now the messy stuff, they can't get with that. That's the red flags they're seeing. They're understanding that now, beforehand, you are the enemy, divine feminine energies. You are different. Now they said, guess what? We play for the same team. I've been like you all along. There wasn't no difference. I've been divine. The same things that I had admired in you and maybe even teased you about, and maybe made you feel bad about, are the very same things of who I am, too. So understanding that he's learning, it says here, for the messy people to be able to love him anyway, which means he's practicing unconditional love. Understanding that you're on the same team is play like it. Now, this goes two ways. When I turn it over, it's a two-way, it's a fork in the road with that. One thing is the divine feminine understanding. Now he sees you play on the same team. Another part of him is that he can no longer act as if he is playing on the same team with these messy people that's now showing red flags that before he could dismiss, but now he's saying, I can't. So the next thing he's saying is do the damn dishes. Soaking is not fucking washing. It's time for him to take out the trash, or it's time for him to actually do the dishes and start to put them up. You know how sometimes you do the dishes, you're tired, you say, I'll handle them in the morning. I'm too tired. And sometimes I know in my household, in the kitchen, Mom and I, we have to talk about that. Sometimes they just stay. I can't go up there to the top. Because first of all, both of us is short. And it's like, I got that plate to fix that cake down at the top of the house. And I'm looking at her like, you going to put it up? I ain't going to put it up. I'll say, all right, well, I'll get to it when I get to it. That's the same thing with this. This thing has been settling here for the divine master. It's been sitting there for a while. And now it's getting to the point that the divine master is collectively saying to the divine feminine, it's getting to the point that I cannot continue to watch and see that dish right there and soak in the water. Because eventually I got to take that water getting wet. I can see it's like soapy, dirty, cold water. It ain't really cleaned anything. So this is where the divine master is at. And he says, time to talk dollars. Grown ass folks take care of their money. This card right here lets me know that the divine master understanding that a lot of them have gotten into this stuff because of the financial issues. They have become codependent. They don't have any way, or they felt that this person that they was with is going to take care of their finances. If it's a job issue, they figure I'm gonna stay in this job and let me go ahead and do what they want me to do because it's handling the bills, it's COVID. What other jobs can I get? Some of them saying I'm staying in this home or place or whatever because of the dollars. I'm gonna find a place that I can live with this much for this price. Some of them saying because they codependent on their family. Some of their family, they got to dance to the tune of their family because their family is helping footing the bill. They get a little tight sometimes. I can run to mama, a daddy, or a brother who got a nice fortune and working a fortune company, and I can take loans from him. So I got to go ahead and play along with him because he helps me out. But now he's getting to the point to say, I got to grow up. I can't keep on dancing to everybody's tune and keep on saying yes, ma'am, or yes, master to things because they're giving me money in return. So right now, the overall energies that the divine masculine is feeling that I'm all tied up, but I'm sitting pretty doing it. And it's coming to the time that I'm going to have to unravel myself out of this. Okay. Let me see what's happening over here on the side because I got the other thing up. Hey, Slave by my light. Hey, Ethereal. Hey, Queen. Thank you. Okay. Hey, Sherry. So the divine masculine feels right now that it's in limbo. This is what's happening in the modern world. He wants this union because I see rainbow here, but I'm in limbo. I'm seeing it saying the time of limbo is coming out now. Let me see what's happening here. What's going on with you? Clear. What's going on? Explain about this limbo. Okay. Woo! He knows that he wants everything underneath the sun. He knows he wants this. And the sun resonates. You are the sunlight of my life. You'll always be around. So that's it. You the sunshine. No pun intended. But he understands this. Everything grows. Seems like you have the power and the ability to be able to have everything. I'm about to sneeze. Thank you. You create new horizons, new beginnings, new opportunities. But he wants this new opportunity too, just to get out of this situation and for you to be in it. But he wants everything underneath the sun. He knows, excuse me. He knows also about the affection, about his emotions. He's becoming more affectionate. That to me, affection means he is becoming more into the loving, more into the heart, more into the feeling nature. That's why I told you about that scenario. And that's a true story. Somebody, if they brought it to me, is on the job and they send him in there to be almost like the regulator. Like he almost like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like you go in there, he gonna fix it. He gonna chop it up, get rid of the people, file, and he don't have no heart at the end of the day. Well, he betrays like he doesn't have a heart. Let's put it that way. But he does. So, emotionally affectionate. Almost showing me like the Grinch. The heart is now going bump, 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 bump. Like you say, what is this? My eyes is watering. And I'm not saying he's a Grinch, but it's been a way that something about that heart chakra has been cut off. That it has not been one of where it really actually resonates or it's fully the heart energy is flowing. Okay, let's put it that way. He's becoming some tenderness. He's becoming tender. Try a little tenderness. Okay, so he understands that. That's funny. That song was playing early this morning. I can't see because it makes me want to sneeze. Woo, Jesus. Told you. Action leadership. Leadership is several ways. He's got to come into the leadership of himself about these certain situations. He's got to take action. He's got to have leadership on the job, leadership in this situation, person, place, a thing. Understanding that he's had a conflict here because some of them has been a little depressed. And I feel depressed, also saying the pressure too has came on him as well. And that's caused a conflict as well because he knows where he was. And to me, if you're depressed, that means a lot of being stuck in the past. A lot of past things, maybe regrets with you, regrets with making the choice of being with the person or being in the situation he could have chose. Maybe he had some chances where things could have been a little different as well. Understanding that again, there's a catalyst. Again, this situation with this person, place, and thing is acting as a catalyst to pull him out of where he is, to let him know that hey, you're playing yourself small, you're much larger than this, you don't belong here. Okay. Oh, thank you, Crystal. He's been the topic of gossip. Topic of gossip in a lot of ways. Some of them saying, "What the hell is what's going on with so and so? What's going on with Fred? What's going on? Like Freddie's dead. Do 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 do. That's what I said. We can't send Freddie in there to five people like he used to. Now he up there talking about we got to think about what we doing. We like, what the hell? What the hell wrong with you, Fred? Fred, that ain't your job. You know what your role is. You know what you're supposed to be doing. And they've been talking about it. Like they've been looking to see what's going on. Fred been speaking up. Fred been telling them where they can kiss his ass. Fred been telling them where sun don't shine, where you can go. Fred, but he's been doing it in a dignified way. But Fred has been getting him a little backbone by some stuff in all these situations with the family, with the relationship. Think about Sugar with the relationship, with the job. They've been catching it. Folks been catching it. That mouth been a but at the end of the day, they bring it to me when he's doing it. It's like they can't say nothing. It's like he's standing in his truth. When you stand in your truth, can nobody be trying to buck the system when you stand in the truth? All it can be is like, damn, you right. You right. You right. You right. You right. You got me. You right. You want to, but when somebody comes for that hardcore truth and you can't come around it, and you be like, this gone, this gone, this gone. You right. You right. You right. This is where it's at. But they still gossip because they're trying to figure out what's going on with them. Some of them is in the negative. Some of them is gossiping again. It's more so the other one. It's like 10%. Maybe they are gossiping again about where they think is where the divine masculine is headed to, where he's going to, things of that nature. Maybe some of the gossip of the relationship or the people are putting on the job because they're trying to find a way to cut them down. You know, when people can't meet you on a level, is Michelle Obama say, when you go high, they go low. Then when they go low, you go high. Some of them do the opposite, just like what I first said. When you go high, they go low. Because they don't know no other way how to do that. They figure, well, I'm gonna have to get you below the belt. Now I'm gonna start something on you. Kind of make people start thinking about you because now you're a little too high off the horse. Okay. There is some again. This is the thing. This the divine masculine is dealing with now is this materialism. This way of how he's been looking at how he's been grasping and getting these things in the world. Was it worth it? Is this what's is it the Bible verse? What is it? The cost of getting something when it's the price of one's soul? I don't know. Maybe I'm putting my own little spin to it. That sounds good. That ain't in the Bible, but it's something like that. I like that statement. I like what divine sunshine. I quote that. Okay. What is the price of it? If you're getting these more material things, now he's kind of thinking about it. You know, is it really worth it? It's almost like the prodigal son. This is, to me, this got prodigal son energies kind of written all over it. It's like, okay, before then, I kind of despised it. But now with me in this situation here, I'm understanding now there's true value in material things. It's about how you use it, not how and how you allow it to use you. And this is what the difference is he's learning now the value of the true value of material things and having it. Okay. There's a duality, there's conflict on this duality here, especially about the 3D world where he wants to go spiritually, what's happening with him, that duality of both things. And if he's finding himself being divine, and he's starting to now tell people to kick rocks like that, you know, you can't again serve two gods. That's not only just biblical, but again, that's even a physics. Two things can't occupy the same space. Somebody's got to go. Some things got to go. Some person's got to go. You know, who was I talking to? And oh yeah, my best friend's her best friend. Talking to her, and she said, you know, whenever I hear anybody talk about they in love with two people, I tell them bump that, go with the second one. And I was like, okay, give me your philosophy as to why. She said, because if you was that in love with the first one, the second one shouldn't have any way of being able to have a place in that person's heart. Because you know, if it's truly the it, you're not allowing nobody else come in that spot. It's like, no, thank you. It's taken up. Thank you. And they could try hard. You know, you go to the club, you tell you got somebody, man over there on the side still pushing. Well, he ain't with you now. I see no ring on your finger. So that means I still got a chance. No, sir. You don't still got a chance. I told you I have somebody. So it ain't no room for no two. It's just a room for uno. That's it. Now, if we talk about two, it'd be me, myself, and him. But it ain't no room for you. So, but you know, that's how you know. So that's again, can't be two things occupied. And that's again, whatever it is that came along, you need to make a decision. If you up there getting used with so-called options to it, then that ain't really where your heart really truly resides at. Okay. All right. This thing here, material wise, is marriage. This serious commitment. Now, this marriage could be again a serious commitment that he has with a job. We can flip around serious marriage, serious commitment with this person, place, or thing. Or again, it's about if this person is talking about this. Some divine masculines are talking about marriage, being married to this person, and this is what's all this situation is all about coming out, because this is all in the material world too as well, and this duality of understanding about maybe taking vows, being committed to this person, what other people gonna think, but at the same time they saying this is messy, it's time to clean it up. Let me get some more verification on this marriage thing from the Kipper deck. Clear how I'm doing. Oh, that's all right. You know, it's right on time. Right on time. Right on time. It's always replay. Anytime you come in late or anything like that, you can always go back to the beginning. Okay. All right, there. This marriage here. So this is maybe we're saying marriage or a serious commitment, even on the job. You can even apply that to a job, because you hear people talk about on the job like, I got my work husband, I got my work wife. It's still a marriage. It's still a serious commitment. It's still a bond. Okay. So we can apply it to that too. With this marriage, and we're gonna stick with marriage because that's gonna make it much easier. I was so glad I read Eric Tolle saying about in the power. Now, let's not get, and I think twin flames we do in the community. I love it. This is a trigger statement I'm about to say. We get so hung up on the words. Now, is he saying that he married? Then if he married, then that ain't my person. He ain't married. He got a job that I always tease he married with. Well, then that's what I'm talking about. So using and apply to that. But again, don't force it. Keep on making it work if it does not resonate. But if you feel that that person is really, like they say, they tied to this thing, like it's to their hip, like they phone, they can't sit down and go to the washroom unless they answer. I was about to say a page, like we back in the 80s. Like he can't go to watch without answering his pager, seeing who is it from, because it's the job calling. Then guess what? He married to the job. So that's a marriage thing. So when this thing here, what they're saying about the divine masculine here is that he believes that there's high honors in this. There's something again that he's got to protect there as far as his I'm hearing badge of honor. It's just who I am, my status. And he feels like he's got to defend that in this commitment here. But he understands also with this, when you talk about this marriage thing or this thing that he's tied to again, that he's got a lot of investments. I'm hearing him say, I got a lot tied into this. A lot of my money is wrapped up all up into this. Lots of my money, a lot of my money. Because again, for me, when this represents this, because you got this privileged lady, this being in this marriage with this person is a way that they feel like they feel entitled, that they've been, this marriage comes with some privileges. It comes from some privileges of this person, which they feel like I got their last name. I'm being honored. People are looking at me in a different way. I'm raised up in my own community. He feels like he's raised up in his own community again, too. But all of that goes back into duality. That's ego. That's ego based. Being married, I'm hearing them saying, has its privileges, almost like a charge card. Like, damn. But you hear my dad saying that too. But anytime you get anything like that, and he always used to say, you get anything for free. Free sometimes cost. There's a cost for having these privileges here. It doesn't matter about what it is. Just like fame. You hear talk about fame. Fame costs. Sweat. Tears. You gonna be fame. You want to live forever? Guess what? You got to work. You got to do this here. You got to practice day and night. You got to come in for rehearsals when we say so. And the rehearsals might last until 1 in the morning. But at the same time, you get a privilege of being called the prima ballerina. Ask Misty Copeland, she probably tell you, yeah, my feet all torn up. I can't wear me no open-toe shoes. They don't look cute. But again, I'm privileged. I get the title because I'm known as the prima African-American ballerina. But it goes back to what Dad says, but that's a cost there. Same thing with him. So now he's learning, hey, it's costing me. Rather, we apply this also as high honors on the job. Like I told you, he known as the regulator. He come in there, cut, chop off, ask questions later. You gone, fired. What? Now it's a whole different thing. There's honors with that. He's wealthy. He's getting honors for that. People are looking for him, promoting him. He's getting more money because he's known as the person, as the regulator on the job. And then it's also making him feel like, hey, being in this position has its privileges as well. Okay, so this is what's going on with this issue that's having him tied to. So now let's look and see about what's the heart of the matter. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. Oh. God, this one jumped right on out. I ain't called you yet, but it said love yourself first. Yeah, he does probably need to. So, clear. So when it comes to the connection, what's happening here? So this divine master say he wants engagement. I could have sworn that came out the other day. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. There goes that commitment. This marriage, wherever it is about that commitment, is on one level. This engagement and this higher ascending on another level is another one. He's getting higher. And the higher you go, you ascend, just like NASA, something has got to be let go. He cannot continue on with this marriage, this earthly marriage, or this earthly commitment that he has right now. Right now, they say there's no room to grow and to know and to aspire to be higher at that level with this baggage that is based upon 3D ideologies, philosophies, and thought patterns. Hey, Mimi, because he's getting a deeper knowing. I told you. And when you know better, you do better. But when you know better, you can't go back. It's like when you get a knowledge for something, you can't stand for that mediocrity and that, I was about to say bullshit. Or people for like little, I'm hearing like small, like he's saying P-minded stuff. It's like it don't fit. You can't stand for it no more. You try to go back with it, but then after a while, it's like, I got to get out of here. This ain't working. I'm sorry. I tried, but it don't work. You try to put yourself, that's like a jack in the box. Once the thing is out, you can't cram that sucker back into that box no more. Once you know stuff, that's a disadvantage to yourself. You're killing yourself in the process if you do that. So this is where the divine masculine is in. The jack has been out of the box. He's got a deeper knowing. That illusion stuff is going away. He's now the intuition and awareness is becoming more stronger. Things are lining up, celestial wise. Hopes and dreams is lining up for him. And because of the engagement and this moving up higher, I'm figuring like this. It's now shaking up things. It's now causing for chaos and conflict to arise. Because again, you can't keep on settling for the okie doke. He wants, it's a zebra underneath here. He wants freedom, but it's also got this giraffe pattern here, which lets me know that's that tribe card. I'm playing myself small in the process. I don't know if I can find it. It's playing itself small in the process. Says it's maybe in the back. Yeah. That's changing the winds. Just trying to see if I can find it. Say in the middle. It's in the middle. It's in the middle. Malcolm's middle. Yeah. In the middle. In the middle. In the middle. In the middle. Is you in the middle? I see fork in the road. Come on, tribe. Are you here? There it is. It said in the middle. It is in the middle. Here it is, right there. See the giraffe? See how small? Trying to get herself out of this. This means old ideology. This is old. This old tree stumps right here. This is thinking, knowledge. That's gone. That's old. Find yourself parroting and repeating things of everybody else is all around you, but your bags is packed, but you're still repeating everybody else's, which is keeping you stuck. But your newer self, or says love yourself, or your future self is telling your present self, it's time to get out of here. You're too big. It's time to fly. And you got leaves there too that have lost their color like fall. It's time for things to fall away because there's no more nourishment. No ability to grow right where you are. That's where leaves fall off of trees. Because there's no more nourishment, chlorophyll, light, sunlight, water that's getting there because it's dying. So this is where it is. Want engagement. Spirit wants them to engage too. And it's like, let's see, where we want you to go, that's got to go. Some of them are scared to do this engagement with the divine feminines because, again, they're scared of how she's going to react. But he understands he's going to have to do all the work when that even happens and occurs. What does he want? Clear. Gee. He really wants at this time when it comes to relationship here, that's the masturbation card there, 4 swords. He got to get his thing in line here. So there's a conflict there. But again, that's the alchemy. He's got to take what's going on there in order for this to make this happen and for him to really have this self gratification of really what's going on here. He's got to have a point that to me is like it's pleasure all around. It's a balance too. He's balancing out and he's feeding himself emotionally and in his thinking. And there's really a divine truth in all of this. They're standing up instead of it being slanted, but it's actually being upright, which means really truly standing in the truth here, but not with a slant here, but also having self gratifications. But he's got to practice an alchemy here, especially in his thinking to create things to change. Because I picture four swords to me also is like the twin flames, the 11 and 11, and that's creating that balance in his thinking that also affects his emotions, that gets it on board so that it will be self-love or self-gratification as well. But you got to, for masturbation, that means you got to stimulate yourself. That means you got to get stuff started for it to actually to manifest, for that to happen too as well. So he's got to get to going. You don't again do that act and you just there and your hands are just like, oh well, it's magically just gonna get myself off. That's not gonna happen. It's you gotta actually do some action to get that happening. Okay. So that's where that is. Let's see what other things does he want to say to the divine feminine energies. Clear. I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. Do. This is what he said. Just because I let you go doesn't mean I wanted to. So many of you all, he had to kind of let you go. He knew within himself that he wasn't 100% on board with that act of what he had did to get on with whatever he thought this the so-called grass was greener on the other side in this situation. Truth being told, this is about that commitment. The truth is I'm scared of commitment, but if there's ever been anyone to change my mind, it's you. They had been, that's quite why they got into this. They had been superficial. And then you can tell they've been superficial because anytime anybody could go around and see all this mess and all this stuff that's going on that's been wrong, and they haven't been paying attention to the red flags or actually cleaning up stuff all along, lets me know they just like dealing with just the surface. And they like to attract people that just deal with the surface. They don't have any kind of real true depth to themselves, because if they had any depth, a lot of the stuff that they're standing for wouldn't happen or occur. Neither with him, because again, like attracts like. And so this commitment thing, so he picked somebody who is why some of these divine masters are in bed with people who are scared of commitment too. That's why, in some ways, going back to my best friends making that statement, truth be told, divine masculines, your person that you messing with, you're their plan B. You're not their plan A. You're not their first one either. If they will be truthful with themselves. And I've said that before, and this is coming up again. I feel this coming up again. Just saying that. And that's why you two both attract to each other, because you all didn't want anything that you would seriously be invested in. You want something that you could control and do it the way you want to, because you had somebody that really has some substance about it. You can't control nobody that got no substance. They be like, what you think you doing? That's cute. What is that? What you doing? No, I'm not signing up for that. No, we ain't doing that today. Uh-uh. Oh, you thought we was gonna do that? No, I don't know. No. Yeah, okay. You say you're gonna go back and think about it again. Okay, yeah, I suggest you do that. Yeah, thank you. So it's like that's not gonna go. So a lot of them they have that, and if they do think they got control, it's that fake way of manipulating things too as well. So you change their minds about commitment, about like truly investing, and like I'm seeing them like stake they claim, like green acres, like a farm, really going about actually doing something that's of some substance instead of being superficial. Okay, if you change their mind, why you change their mind? Because again, there is some ascension going on in the divine feminine energies, which is causing a rise, an ascension on her end, which is causing an ascension on his end. Because you're going, they got to go right along with you, like this thing. You got to go with me. I'm sorry, this divine masculine. I'm saying I didn't want to go. Yeah, you got to go. So this is what's happening again. And so this is causing him to, yes, literally change his mind. It's like, reverse it. Okay, we going this way now? I thought we was going that way. Okay, so now I'm leaving all that other stuff behind. Okay, next thing. So where does source want the divine masculine to end up? Let's look and see. Where does he know? Where does this divine masculine know source want them to go? Let's see, does he know? Clear. He knows the source wants him to be in leadership. Then we had leadership earlier. That's when I know it's coming from source. When we got all these confirmations within the own reading. You see me, I pull a little bit, rest of them I do from the cards from the box. Why? Because I want you to see that, oh, she ain't pre-shuffle, she ain't predestined and put them up a certain kind of way with that. He knows that he's what a true leader. I'm about to sneeze. Source is not going to set up these divine masculines into their true throne or seat at the throne of being a leader until they are leading a life of truth, which means wherever they are in whatever situation that they're in, they've got to let it go. Because if you're going to really guide some people into where they need to actually go next, people are going to be looking at you. They're going to pick your stuff apart. How you standing in your truth? How you going to tell me well you ain't right within, as Lauren says? So in order for them to be in this leadership part and they know where source needs, they got to really start paying attention to these red flags. Leaders don't look at stuff and just keep on saying, okay, we're going to keep on. Leaders is going to sit up there and say, what can I do? How can I change this? Because we can't keep on saying yes to the same old, same old. That's what leaders do. That's what divine do. Understanding that he understands that source wants him. It's time for ascension. Thunder. You've seen that all in the cards. I say that all the time when it's lightning in the background. That's source zapping and energizing and creating a change in the atmosphere and the surroundings for the divine masculine. The law. It's the law. Again, this world is governed by spiritual and universal laws, earthly laws. It's the law. It's some things that, again, like I said, I can't gift you with that until you get rid of. You want the power, I got the power. You want the power, you got to get it honestly. Divine masculine. You got to divine masculine, you got to get it honestly. You got to be standing in your power in order for you to be able to get that. And you want justice in this situation, then you got to allow us. You got to move out the way and stop protecting and stop taking up for and say, no, that ain't what really going on, and move your little body on out the way and let source go on ahead and go in there and tower it up, dark night it up, and go ahead and start throwing down the bowling ball and knocking down some pins and create a strike. In order for you to have a victory in bowling, some got to get knocked down, right? So that same thing with the divine masculines here. They've got to get to that point in order for you to have justice. Some has to get knocked down. Okay. They want him to understand that he's got a rebirth too. It's the phoenix out of the ashes. What I tell you, some got to get burnt up. Burn it down so you can come back out of it new, a brand new creature in Christ, or whichever way you want to say, in your divinity. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me see if I can get Clifford. This speaks to me. What is this? Says about his speaking. He got to speak up. That's what I told you. Yeah, he don't need him to be no leader like that. If you ain't even, I brought that. That's a good one. Say, how you gonna be leading and telling people about what's happening when you can't speak up in your own household? I'm gonna put the cards back on that. That's what I say. How you gonna do that if you can't speak up in your own household? Speak up with where you are. And I had tea, I would drink me some tea. Okay, let's start wrapping it up, folks. Clear. So, what is it? How can the divine feminine assist the divine masculine and where he's at? Well, what it says here is you got 3 cards. Interesting. Morning, which is I realize that all endings are opportunities to start anew. What that tells me is divine feminines, some of you all, in order to help this divine masculine out to understanding that is this the end? I'm hearing like what Michael Jackson saying that the ending is coming. The way you can help your divine masculine is the energies, is for them to understand that it's okay when things come to an end. Some of them are there holding on to dear life. And you got to have a new, it's back to that hangman. You got to have a new perspective as far as seeing how endings are and have it more so of a positive twist than a negative ending to it. Okay. It's ending. Okay. Hey, there's nothing I can do about it. My philosophy to endings of things, guess what? It makes way for something much better than was what was occupying the space that it was already there. That is the way you got to come about thinking about it. So that's in everything. And you got to let that it resonate within your spirit, within your heart, within your soul about these endings, because you all are mirrors. You're mirroring each other. And so again, the scared about this cliffhanger, about what's going to happen next, that's something that the divine feminine energies you all have got to change within yourself. Because remember, and I like how divine maverick had even had said, so we kind of semi that. That's who I seen it. Our readings is almost the same thing. She said the same thing too about this divine masculine, seeing that he came, there was rats in the building or something like that, whatever her reading is about, and things are coming to the end too. So we pretty much aligned. I let go on through here and let the cards. And I said, I want to see if it is. So we did pretty much resonate a line with that. Some of these divine masters come to the point they see it and they say, I can't stay in this no more. Okay, in the house of the castle, the rats was eating the castle, and they was like, I was ignoring it, but now I gotta. That was her message. Same thing in some ways they're saying here too as well. I can't keep on. Understanding that again with us helping them to understand. I knew it was coming off. That's fine. Helping them to understand that the ending is near. And it's okay. You have to remember, like what she had said in hers was that again, we're not saying that the divine masculine energies is way out there. The divine masculine energies within you, somewhere within you. Let's be honest. When things come to the end, as far as relationship or anything like that, we are still holding on to it. Hold it on. It's very hard to do when love is gone, and that's no lie. Can't do it when love is gone and you still holding on. Some of us, we have a hard time, whether it's a person, a place, or a thing. Okay. Next thing, understand that you got to heal. Understand that you are the shining star. Your affirmation is you are always stand out and above all the rest. The divine masculine energies and their energies always felt like I told you earlier that they felt like they got to get along to be along, to be. I got to get along. I got to blend with everybody else. using that thing on the job as being the regulator, because again, that's your divinity. You know how to handle situations, but you're handling it in the wrong way. It's not really truly being divine. It's not truly being unconditional love. It's not really truly being Christ-like. Now, if you got to do the job and you're right and it's in standing in truth, if you cutting that person off or they got to be fired, whole different story. But you doing it because it's a joke, because I care, because I'm good at it. When I do it, that's a whole different story. Okay, so that's what it is about that. So with you, divine feminines, again, understand that, still understand that you're a unicorn and how special that is, and paying honor to that. You're not supposed to fit in. You're not supposed to, again, when you're speaking up, that's another thing that he's got to learn too. And you can help the divine masculine energies understand that. We're not here. I've said this before. You're not here to change other people's minds. You're here to change their minds. That's why you're divine. That's why you call the light worker. You shine the light. And that is your job to do that. As long as you're doing it in standing in truth and not in ego. The universe has your back. Next thing of how you can help these divine masculines out is, again, signs from above. I know that my angels and guides are assisting me. Be more willing, more excessive and open to the divine help and assistance that's coming your way. That will help them to also pay attention to the signs, because Spirit has been saying for the longest time they've been trying to contact these divine masculines and been trying to help them, trying to reach them in their dreams by any means necessary, to try to help move and shift things, because they say in a wake state they so busy trying to be the man that they can't be able to help them to understand and reach them. So this is a way in which you can help to heal them. Was there anything else? Oh, I don't want no common stuff, because we had already talked about it. At the end of the day, let's see, what did they want to do to the divine feminines? Let's see, what's the love position? Clear. What's the love position? Oh, we got two of them, kind of three. Let's see what that is. Oh, oh, wait a second. Oh, daddy. Oh, daddy. One of these cards I see. This is the love position. This is not no children's show here. Oh, snap. At the end of the day, oh, I got to blow my nose. I'm sorry, excuse me. Oh. I was doing real good. Oh. At the end of the day, excuse me, I told him my sinus is acting up. This is what he want to do. Now, beforehand, what was the other one? It's about you giving pleasure. Now, at the end of the day, he wants to give you pleasure and let you take the reins. All right. That's nice, nice. 7 and 6, or 6 of Wands means an action, spiritual completion. Understand that at the end of the cycle, the end of all of this, when this happens occur, is about the divine, letting the divine feminine energies, which would be his emotions too, and the inward and outwardly, take control. Understanding that also, divine truth, he wanted to go on this flow here, this one. Okay. Understand that at the end of the day, he wants, again, let Sally ride. He wants a surfboard. Surfboard. He wants the divine feminine again to be in control there. And he just want to just ride that wave with his 6 of sex wands there. That's the end of the day. And then also, he understand that it's got to be some balance to you all. But again, there is him being the one who is truly focused in on the divine feminine and not anything else. And it's got to be a balance. She's truly looking at him and he's truly looking at her. And then you got the sun there. Okay, although it's a little kind of cloudy a little bit. But again, even through what's going on there, no matter how it is, sunshine, joy, and pain, like sunshine and rain. So again, you got those things together. There's a balance of everything. But still, at the end of the day, we have each other. It's a temperance. It's a balance. To me, temperance, again, is understanding the flames. Temperance to me is the balance of the one and the one, the 11. there's a balance together. Okay. Okay. All right there. I thought I was healed, but that this past time he left, it reopened up all this yucky stuff. I thought I had work to. Yeah. And so that means now you got to go back and really, truly still do the work. All right there. Thank you so very much. I did pretty good. Oh, 10444. Okay. All right there. So make sure that if you want to, again, remember that we are coming up on where's my thing at? Is it up or down? We're coming up on February. February is time of, I guess, yes, love. And so if you want the love letter from your divine masculine or your divine feminine, just to see what is all going on and going down, please go over to divineunisouls.co and get a $14 love letter. From that, you see Crystal, it's Crystal, because it's both. It's so funny. On the same time, I got a Christy and a Crystal. At the same time, I was like, oh, okay, Lord have mercy. Crystal, right. Okay, it's you. Crystal had given her own little testimonial about her getting her own love letter as well. And so just make sure that you are, here he is, here we go. I'm gonna put that here. Yes, I'm gonna self-plug. Hey ladies, I really recommend her love letters. I got my second one and it was on point. Okay. All right, that means that's a repeat customer. She didn't been there before. So make sure you go to divineunisouls.co and get your love letter as well. And don't also forget, Mimi's been plugging about the young lady again that's going to be here for uh, this Friday. Again, for those of you all that came in late, she's going to come here, Angel Simmons. She's going to talk about the narcissistic. And some of this is some narcissism stuff that this divine masculine would end, because he's coming from ego. People's telling him he was the man and all that, and fed and stroke his ego. And now he's kind of moving out of that. But she's going to talk about narcissism and how being a narcissistic abuse and trauma as well, how you can be able to deal with that. Because some of us have experienced that in the twin flame dynamic and out of the twin flame dynamic with several people, family members, past experiences of love and whatever, even on the job, because bosses can be narcissistic too. Hey, on that one, I'm not talking about my own experience, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's all I'm gonna say. Make sure that you also make sure that you click like, share, and subscribe to this channel as well, because when you hit the like button, all that is just saying thank you for sharing. That's it. And then because I share, I give you my time and I pour out my energies to you. And all you're doing is hitting the like button to say thank you for giving up your time and sharing the information that you have. That's real simple. And make sure that you also subscribe and smash that notification button for all. So when I come on here and I do readings like this, because I don't have a schedule, I go by what the spirit tells me and they say, go on now. That's what I do. And so if you want to make sure that you are up to speed when I'm going to do a reading, you want to make sure that you subscribe as well. All right. So until next time, make sure that I got a comment here. Thank you so very much to Mimi, my moderator, and I see even Ethereal came in here and held it down too as well. As my both of my moderators here too. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Unique Model. Thank you, Azalea Gonzalez. Thank you. So very slayed by my light. My God, I didn't see you in here. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming. All right there. Okay, got a new comment. Okay, what's happening? What did it say down there? What's the wait time on the love letters? Right now, I don't have, it's kind of slow. So right now, I haven't finished up my love letters that I had in the pipeline. So right now, I say I got grades to do. So really this weekend, I could get to the love letters, because I got this weekend, I got this. So Saturday, I'll be cranking them out some more. So if you want to get in here, so I say Saturday will be it. Okay, we'll help you with some of your confusion. Okay, with the DM, yeah, most definitely I would say that. Okay, yeah. So the Saturday is when I'll be cranking them out. You know, and YouTube slow as, I'm sorry, YouTube is lovely. And so sometimes they slow down my process too. So that's why. Because I'm like, I'm ready. Crank, crank, crank. And then like the next following day. So That's all I got to say. On YouTube, if they're listening, please put that in there too as well. All right, there. As always, people, thank you so very much. As always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste. Namago. Mwah. And I'll be talking to you real soon. Oh, and don't forget about Friday, 7:30, 7:30 Central Time. So you'll see me Friday. All right. And I see ya.